What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I am one of your hosts, Kyle Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Chief in the streets, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Jack Gibb. How are we doing, buddy?
Not too bad, mate. Happy Xbox Developer Direct Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Xbox Developer Direct Friday
one
to
a
you.
year.
I know. And what's crazy is like I think one a year is great, and I don't want them to do more than one a year. But I always do get to the end of that show, and I'm kind of like, oh man, they know what they're doing. Like this year.
I think if they did like 2 or 3 a year, they would just drop in quality.
Yeah, and I think I agree for sure.
Because you reminded me of this a few weeks ago on the podcast. Like, if they put, let's say, Fable in the 1 hour special after the Summer Games Fest show, then that sort of means like every big game's got its like developer-y moment.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like, I went on Twitter after I watched the show this morning, which admittedly was a couple of hours after everyone else. And like all the Xbox studios have been tweeting shit. Like, you know, Halo just tweeted some fucking trick shot. Like, it was just kind of like, I think they're all just trying to like get in on the community excitement or whatever. But one of the tweets was like from Obsidian about Avowed. It's like, oh, Avowed's coming out in like a couple of weeks. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
We just had a developer direct.
Yeah.
And we got dates, which we'll go into soon, but like, you know, some pretty good release dates, I would say. And it's like, oh, wait, we're just going to get through Avowed quickly. Like, don't mind us.
I'm so keen for that.
It's like, for years we've been like, oh, Xbox, you know, with all these studios and you know, all these decisions they've been making. It finally feels like the ducks are lining up.
I feel like they're going to hit their dates this year. And if they hit their dates, like, this is like what we've been waiting for, effectively. And we're finally getting, like, the X-Bros are finally getting what they want. And people like us who enjoy video games as a whole, like, we're finally getting to reap the benefits of always having hope that we would get there, which is great.
It's just exciting because it's been a long time since it's been this good, and it's still not as good as it should be. I think maybe at the end of the year, though, we might be going, you know what? This is where we need to be. This is good.
I agree.
I'm excited.
I too am
Should we
excited.
dive into the Developer Direct?
Let's do it. We got a few things to talk about. One, we're going to be talking about some Assassin's Creed Shadows, but first we're going to get through this Developer Direct, which happened this morning, and this is why no one can blame you for watching it a couple of hours later. It happened at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. What a disgusting time, you know? It's not like that, it's not like that happy medium where if it's like 2 a.m., you can stay up a little bit later, watch it, go sleep. And it's not like that, oh, it's 6 a.m., get up, I'll have some breakfast, and then I can just go about my day. It's like, if you're getting up to watch this, you're going to get up at like 4:30, then you're going to like wake yourself up, then you're going to lock in, and then it gets to the end, and you're like, it's 6 a.m., people are starting to rise, oh my God, there's the sun, like, I'm just up now. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those... It was terrible, but was 100% worth it. My friend, they did something. We're going to go through it. We're going to review the show. And they did something that I didn't think they would do. They opened with the mystery game, which kind of threw me. Well. Yeah, it threw me for a loop.
I think in hindsight, great call.
Best call they could have made. Because when you got a game like Doom: The Dark Ages... to end that show, you end with Doom: The Dark Ages, my friend. You end with Doom: The Dark Ages. So we opened the show with just the pinnacle of what it could have been, bro. I was so excited. And I was so thrown because I wasn't 100% sure what the frick was going on to begin with. But ladies and gentlemen, Ninja Gaiden 4 was announced. Holy shit. With a brand new protagonist. And they also announced that, like, they're co-developing the game. Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, are co-developing with Platinum Games, who have been in dire straits lately. Like, they have, like, cancelled projects. They've had to move projects. People have been let go. People are leaving. So this might be their opportunity to sort of, like, show people that they, you know, we can still make games, because they've been very infamous for not hitting deadlines. Like, they were the Scalebound guys, and they were infamous for not hitting their deadlines, not doing what they were told, taking way too long to do things, changing their mind about stuff, and then taking months to, like, course correct. So if this game comes out and it works and it's good, it's a big year for Platinum as well. I think it's 15 years of Bayonetta. They've already announced they're going to be doing some stuff with that. Koei Tecmo's just said that this marks the big, like, they have said that it is, so last year would have been 20 years. So it's 21 years since Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So they've sort of like marked this year as the year of the ninja. So not only did we get Ninja Gaiden 4 announced, but to sort of kick off the year of the ninja, they also announced a Unreal Engine 5 remaster of 2008's Ninja Gaiden 2 called Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which looks freaking amazing. And not only that, they shadow dropped it. It was available right then and there at the show. Like, show was done, it's like, it's there, go, it's on Game Pass, get on it. Not just Game Pass though. Something else that was crazy is basically every single game is also available on other platforms, which was really, really cool.
Was that for South of Midnight as well?
No, I think South of Midnight, I think when I say that, I mean that's coming to PC as well, not just like an Xbox game. But no, South of Midnight is just, like, is this a game studio? But like Doom is
Every other game's coming to PS5.
Doom and all that, they're coming to PS5, Ninja Gaiden PS5, Ninja Gaiden Black is available on PlayStation. But so cool. Like, oh man. And I loved how much of a deep dive we got. And the vibe the developers gave from Team Ninja, they knew they were cooking. They knew they had something everybody wanted. And the swagger that they displayed while talking about it, they enjoyed showing up. They knew they had gold. I'm not going to harp on it too long.
The B-roll of, I can't remember which developer it was, but like she was like walking across the bridge. And I think there might have been a dude walking across a different bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
He just looks so cool.
I think it was the art director and the story chick. They looked sick.
Like, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
They knew they were cooking. I won't harp on it too long because I'm sure I'll talk about it more in the future. And I'm in the middle of like, because when it was like rumored to be Ninja Gaiden before, I'm like, I'm going to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I'm going to jump back in. I'm going to play the Ninja Gaiden games. So I'm probably going to have a lot of thoughts going in, like as we get closer to 4, replaying the older ones. Holy shit. I'm just so happy. There was one thing that was stressing me out. Now, I think the series could 100% do this type of game and it would be amazing. But the one thing that was stressing me out was it was going to be a Souls-like Ninja Gaiden, which I just did not want. I just wanted a straightforward, super difficult hack and slash. You know what I mean? But I'm able to play on an easier difficulty, you know, where Elden Ring is like, hey, we're hard all the time. Get over it. Sekiro was like, hey, this feels sometimes like Ninja Gaiden, but we're hard as balls. Get over it. I feel like Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be that really nice in between where if you just want to go in and hack and slash and go crazy, you can. Or you can bump up that difficulty, be a master ninja, revel in the difficulty as well. But like, yeah, oh, dude, new protagonist. Actually set after the 3rd game. Year of the Ninja. We're probably going to get more Ninja Gaiden stuff. Probably, I think the fun thing is like, Year of the Ninja not only sort of could be Ninja Gaiden stuff, but like maybe Team Ninja is cooking some other stuff that we don't know about yet, which could be pretty sick.
What's the last game they released?
Neo, I believe. Which was that super difficult Dark Souls-like game where you played as a samurai, which was freaking sick, but really made me want Ninja Gaiden. So I'm really happy we're getting this.
It felt the same way.
Yeah, super, super awesome. Very excited about it. I can't wait to see more. Normally I'm like, I can wait. I need more. I need a lot more. I need the other playable characters. I need to see some story stuff. I need to know more. And the thing is we got way more than I expected us to. It's crazy to me this game's coming out this year. I love that the developer director's like, hey, everything's coming out, so get hyped. Like, I'm so hyped. Yeah, honestly, cannot wait. After that, we got to look at South of Midnight, and we got a release date. So South of Midnight's developer, Compulsion Games, they gave a really good look at the game, the bosses, how combat works, where the story's going, how they conceive the story, the environments, and they dropped that. The game will be coming out April 8th, which I feel like we guessed April.
I was something in April, something in June, something in August, something in October. So I got some misses, but I think April we're all over.
I think we hit more than we missed.
Yeah, I have to go back and listen. I think you got one extra to the point than I did, but between us, I think we did all right.
We did really well. I think we sort of nailed it on the head.
If Ninja Gaiden comes out in October, we're all good.
I hope it's November.
It just had a fall. Yeah, but it just said fall 2025.
Yeah.
So Yeah, you called November. Yeah,
My
we're all over this, mate.
Yeah,
We're all
legit. My dream is November 29th for my birthday. That would be such a gift to me because I'm pretty I feel like Ninja Gaiden 3 was super close to my birthday as well. I'm being freaking greedy now. But yeah, so South of Midnight, my friend. Are you excited to play it? I feel like I'm at that point now where I was very, very interested. Now I'm excited and I don't want to see any more. I don't want to accidentally run into a trailer. I don't want to see anything else.
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump in. I was talking to Jordan today, and he said something really, really interesting that after he said it, I was kind of like, I think I see what you mean. I was like, oh, you excited to jump into South of Midnight? He was like, I want to play it, but South of Midnight strikes me as the kind of game that I'm going to prefer to watch you play on stream than to play it myself. It feels like that sort of, I'm going to enjoy watching someone play sort of game. I'm like, what kind of, like, oh, okay, like, what kind of games do you feel that? He's like, he loves playing Souls games, but he prefers to watch someone who's good at Souls games play the Souls game. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, he feels like South of Midnight's going to be that really good one that he can just sit there, watch and enjoy and like take the story in, because he feels like looking at combat and looking at that sort of stuff, that it might just be a little bit like involved, and he thinks he'll enjoy it more being able to take it all in from a third person perspective. And I'm like, I respect that. That's good. I wasn't going to stream it, but now I feel like I have to.
Yeah, I really get that. My thing
Yeah.
is it's like the game doesn't. It's only $40 in the States, so it's. I'm under the impression it's not going to be a long game.
No, I think about 8-9 hours.
Yeah, which means you could probably consume it on stream and have a real chance of not missing a stream. You know what I mean? Like that,
Yeah.
that feels right. I agree with him, but I do think I'm going to give it a crack. I want to experience the art more than anything. So, sorry, the story I want above all, but I can get that on Twitch or I can get that on the game, sure. But I do want to experience what it's like, you know, the immersion of the artwork and stuff. So I think I'll give it a crack personally, but I don't disagree with the word he said.
Yeah. I was very surprised. It was very cool.
This is a sort of game that I think really suits what Xbox is going for. It's like it's not I don't know, like it's AAA quality, but it's not like Zero Dawn level of scale. You know what I mean? Like it's scaled back.
I know
it should be doing a lot
exactly what you mean. I actually said the same thing today. I said this is a great game for Xbox to have because it's almost impossible for them to compare it to anything PlayStation's put out. It's very unique.
Yeah. And but it looks like the quality's there. Like the
Yeah.
quality can be matched, but like there's just nothing else like that comes to mind. Like Cuphead is like the only thing that comes to mind. And it's like, well, that's definitely not a competitor to Cuphead.
Yeah.
So it's the sort of games they need. They do need to get out there and start competing with PlayStation. And now's the perfect opportunity because PlayStation sort of dropped the ball on a few of their studio cycles, if you will. But yeah, more of this is perfectly okay. I think like State of Decay would, if that game ups the quality over number 2, I think it'll fall into a similar category where there are zombie games out there, but there's nothing quite like State of Decay.
Yeah. Do you want to know? I'm going to say this as well. And like, I might be completely off base here, you know what I mean? But this is just like a third person's perspective looking in. And this sort of feels like the difference we're seeing from Xbox to PlayStation right now is PlayStation has sort of been chasing that sort of live service trend, and you see like Bluepoint and that have been making these sort of multiplayer games, and like they've been told what to make. This feels literally like Xbox purchased Compulsion, and they said, "Hey, bring us your idea, bring us the sort of game that you want to make, and we'll go from there." And they've bought this, and Xbox is like, "Make it." That's like just what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think the other thing to note as well, like Compulsion, I think it's like doubled in size since Xbox brought them. So this is probably a game they literally could not have made, you know, beforehand. I think the thing about Xbox though is I think the thing that they get to trip over themselves a little bit with is like, I think they get a not like this whole the studios they purchased, right, and they were like, hey, go off and make your passion projects, great. Bethesda's somewhere in the middle where it's like, keep doing what you guys do, and we'll happily greenlight, you know, Marvel's Blade or whatever. I don't think they're going to treat Activision quite the same. Like, I think Activision's a very different beast. And I just, basically, as much as Xbox has had its problems over the years, I would rather Xbox influence Activision. But I'm kind of worried that Activision might influence Xbox, if that sort of makes sense. And I just hope they can wrangle the Activision beast and not lose Like, I don't want to hear Compulsions had to be roped in to make sure that like Modern Warfare 4 comes out on time. You know what I mean?
This is gonna sound so dumb, but like, you know, like my philosophy on collector's editions, right? Like, you've got the big thing, you've got the thing you want, you've got the stocking stuffers, right?
Yep.
When you're looking at Xbox's studios, right? I think what we've got here is like the big thing. Bethesda is the big thing. It's the statue. It's the thing that you use to sell to people, right? You've got stuff like, you know, Compulsion and you know, the studios that they've bought that they're having them make their own thing. They're the art book. You know what I mean?
They're what make it a collection.
Exactly. They're what are showing the different aspects of like what can happen in video games.
Bethesda did get you to click on the page.
That's right. And Activision is going to be the stocking stuffers, the stuff that you're always going to expect to get in a box. You know, stickers, the map. You know what I mean? They're the sure bet that Xbox
like
will make money.
COD anyways,
you're getting COD. You're going to get those Activision titles that are going to go straight to Game Pass, that are going to keep people subscribing every month for Game Pass. You know what I mean? South of Midnight is the reward, but Call of Duty is the incentive. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing that will get you coming back every month.
That's an interesting take.
But yeah.
I'm going to think about that more. That's not bad. I like that a lot. Maybe I've been thinking about this the wrong way around. I don't want them to start thinking that Call of Duty is the statue in the box.
No, and I don't think they will. And I think South of Midnight, definitely Doom. And honestly, if Fable shows really well and Avowed plays, I think they're the examples of Call of Duty is a way to keep people subscribed to Game Pass for a year. Do you know what I mean? Like that, like I feel like that's what Activision was.
COD's still there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that's what Activision was. Activision was, hey, we need a whole bunch of surefire bets, surefire titles. I mean, look at all the rumors we've seen. Like they're going to put all the Transformers games on there and all that sort of stuff. Like the IP and the licensed IP that Activision have had their hands on over the years is just such a great way to bolster Game Pass. And I feel like that was their idea going in. But it's also a great opportunity for them to get their hands on IP like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that they could turn into a, you know, art book in the collector's edition. I mean, Crash Bandicoot himself could be the statue. You know what I mean? He could be the big thing that gets people to click.
You know what? I've just had a fucking brainwave over here, mate. A brainwave. Compulsion Games making an adult Crash Bandicoot game.
I would play the shit out of that, you know. I think that would be really, really good.
Like us, we were like fucking toddlers when Crash Bandicoot came out.
Yeah.
We're in our 30s now or whatever. Let's get some real blood and gore into this fucking franchise.
Oh, you know what would be sick? I'd love to see if Fable does really well and Fable looks really nice. I'd love to see what those guys would do with a Spyro game. Just like a fantasy sort of like you play as a... Because like I think back to like A New Beginning in Eternal Night. Those games were great and they were a much darker, more adult take on Spyro that didn't get the love they deserved. I'd love to see what they would do with that story.
Holy fuck. I would just want them to go across the road to the Forza Horizon team to get the skateboard mechanics sorted for the game.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be sick. But yeah, South of Midnight looks amazing. Can't wait. Next. Here we go. I'm going to do this. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is also dropping in April 24th. Xbox is owning April right now. Like, it's pretty stacked month.
They just not have control over when that game comes out. Like, I was kind of surprised and spread things out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think they have control over that one. I feel like that one is like, hey, well, our game's ready to go, and Xbox is like, hey, we'd love to show it. I feel like that's basically it.
I just want to jump in with this one real quick, right?
Yes.
We said with South of Midnight we were interested, and this got us excited. Exhibition 33 looked great at Summer Games Fest. Haven't given it a thought since. Couldn't care less. Like, I mean, it's just not my kind of game. I saw this, and I'm like, it's still not my kind of game. I think it's worth a go, though. Maybe
that's so good. I think exactly like we seen it, and I was like, that's a cool looking game.
Cool idea.
After today, that's why the developer direct is so important and so good. I feel like these developers that have been making these games for so long, giving them the opportunity to have their voice heard helps so much. so much because their excitement about the game, the way they described the game, got me excited about the game, and just seeing what they're crafting.
They're so excited about it.
So excited.
I love it.
And I'm like, after seeing this, I'm like, yeah, I think I need to play this game. And this got a collector's edition out today as well. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, no word on whether it's going to be available in our country yet. But what it comes with is so cool. It comes with a replica of the pylon with the numbers 33 on it. And a whole bunch of other, like an art book and everything. And I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that.
It showed so well, man. And it wasn't just like the developer that had the camera so close to their face. It was so funny. The actual game showed well as well. The moment that sold it for me, though, was like the part where I can't remember how it was worded, but it was like, these are adult characters.
Yeah.
Like, these feel real. Like, you know, who fucking knows if they will? I have to play the game to find out. But, and like the immediate shot after that sentence is like, she's meant to be 33, but she does seem quite like younger. So I'm like, you know, maybe there's more to the story than meets the eye. But
the redhead?
Like, nah, like the blonde, I think. She was blonde.
I think the only person in the team that is 33 is the dude.
Oh, so it's 33 and under. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
The shot though towards the end of the demonstration with the dude and the chick like next to each other, and they're sort of looking at each other. I'm like, there's something about it just feels so genuine. Like, not necessarily like just their connection. Like, I don't know, they could be brother and fucking sister for all I know, but just the effort that, like, I don't know, something that feels so real about it is what I'm trying to say.
I think
the story just feels emotional in a really mature way.
I agree. I actually can't wait. I think it was the characters that definitely sold me. And
the only thing I'm nervous about is like the combat and shit looks complicated. Maybe not complicated, but just a lot to it. A battle's going to take me 20 minutes.
No. I think it looks more complicated than it is. I think looking at right? This game, looking at everything, feels like if a Final Fantasy fan wanted to make a Persona game. That's what it feels like. The combat feels very Persona. It's very flashy. You know, you've got the big indicators on screen. It's turn-based. But then you've got like the open world, sort of like the world map. That's Final Fantasy as hell. That's like Final Fantasy 7, 8. You know, that's a big Final Fantasy thing that we haven't seen for a long time. That sort of stuff is more reserved for Japanese RPGs. And this is like, hey, what if someone in Europe wanted to make a JRPG? Like, this is our first European RPG.
I feel like why not have a go? I'm not saying everyone should have a go, but like, let's see what it turns out like.
Like outside looking in, it feels like they've sort of nailed it. My whole thing will be, I can't see, as opposed to like something like Final Fantasy or something like that, I can't see this game like, I don't want to spend 200 hours trying to complete everything.
No, I want to spend 15 in here.
Yeah, I want like a campaign.
I want it to feel like a season of Arcane, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to binge the fuck out of it.
I want the campaign to be like maybe 15, 20 hours, and then I just want, if there's extra stuff to do, like I want to focus more on the characters and the story, because it's an interesting story, you know what I mean? Like, Witch has appeared, created a pylon, and every year she reappears, and she subtracts one number from it. And if you're above that age, you instantly die. Like, you instantly pass away. And eventually, like, if you hit that age, you will just pass away. So they conduct expeditions every year in order to go there and stop this woman from doing what she's doing. And this is Expedition 33. And I think it's going to be interesting because the main character, the guy, like how do you like, this character is going on an expedition, he's in combat constantly. It's almost like this guy's mortality is like going to be on display the entire time, you know? Like, does he care about dying? He's got a year left anyway.
He's the oldest person from the village, I guess.
Yeah, he is the elder,
Which is not normally the elders stay behind or whatever.
Which is mental. So I'm really excited to see how the story unfolds, because they did a really good job of showcasing that and the characters. So yeah, honestly.
Oh, and the fact that you like meet people along the way and someone's like, I've seen many expeditions in my time. It's like, oh, so you're potentially not dying at 33. Like, it's potentially just wherever we've come from, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's very good. They did it showed really well. I was
showed incredibly well. You're not wrong.
I was curious before. Now I'm kind of like I'm in. It's like, man, I got to get through South of Midnight so fast.
Yeah, fuck it. That game, I think, is going to be short. I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say one last thing as well. We often say, like, a game, oh, it's a good game for Game Pass. That's a great Game Pass game. I don't know if there's ever been a more perfect Game Pass game.
Yeah,
than
honestly.
Expedition 33. Like, it's trying something so new, and it looks so good. And it's like, what a treat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Hope it does well. And I'm pretty sure it's coming to PlayStation and stuff as well. Like, I don't think it's exclusive.
It's coming everywhere. Mate, you want to talk about a treat? You want to talk about a dish, mate? Doom, the mother Dark Ages.
This wasn't just a mains. This was like a two-person meal.
Oh my god, this was like.
Share plate.
Mate, this reminded me of the Call of Duty Direct, but it's shit all over it. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, let's go. What a deep dive into Doom. All right, let's break it down. Like,
mate, I just want to say my favorite part, if I can. Just then I'll let you just go.
Do it.
The developers, every single fucking one of them, is all their faces said was, "We know this is good."
Yeah, legit. Yep. Honestly. Okay. Let's do this. Doom the Dark Ages has a release date, May 15. Did it leak beforehand? You bloody know it did. Made me not believe it, but here it is, May 15. It's coming real soon. All that means is I need to get through Expedition 33 so fast. I don't even know where to start. Doom the Dark Ages is a prequel. Yeah, that's right, people that told me I was crazy. It's a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And apparently will lead directly into the events of Doom 2016, which is funny because we already know where this is going, because at the start of Doom 2016, we wake up in a sarcophagus. So I don't think we're going to do very well in this war. No, I'm keen. They did a really good job of showing just everything from the various like landscapes and planets and areas you're going to be going through, all the way down to different gameplay mechanics. They did a really good job of explaining. It was like Doom 2016 was run and gun. Doom Eternal was like acrobatic jump and gun. This game is stand and fight. And you get that vibe all the way down to like the fact that most of your arsenal is melee based, or stuff that requires you to get close and personal. Like you have a mace, they show a club, you have that awesome gun that grinds skulls, that just absolutely shreds demons, which was so sick. And you have the saw shield, the chainsaw shield. What a great way to replace the chainsaw. Give us a medieval motherfucking shield that revs the fuck up with... it was so cool. They put a big emphasis on the fact that it does so many things. You know, it blocks, it attacks, it bashes back, all from one input. You're able to throw it. You're able to reflect enemy projectiles back at them. You're able to get up in their face and knock them back. They've also reworked the glory kill system. Basically, before it would be the enemy would glow red and you would run up to them and you would perform a glory kill. It would be a really cool cutscene. Now they're sort of giving you the opportunity to perform whatever sort of glory kill you would like to, where you'll see different colors that will allow you to attack them from different angles using different weapons that you determine in order to get that really cool glory kill. I thought that was an interesting take. They also showed that there's going to be a lot of variety in how you tackle certain things. For example, we have a dragon. And we have, I think they call them the Orma or something like that. These giant mechs that are just beasts tearing up these freaking 30-foot story demons down. And they emphasize that these aren't one and done gimmicks. These are things that you'll be able to do multiple times, that have their own mini bosses, have their own objectives, which led into them talking about how you can tackle the levels from different ways and how this is the most open Doom we've ever seen. Like allowing you to tackle the level in many different ways that you want to explore, find different secrets, do the levels in like just the most open way that we've ever seen in a Doom game, which could be an issue, and I'll get to why that's an issue in a second. But just looking at the Dark Ages, awesome. So cool. I like that they're exploring Doom in a different way, and it just got me really excited for the game to drop. Like, incredibly excited. Everything from the story trailer to the fact that they're like basically like, hey, in this one, there's cutscenes, there's characters, there's proper voice acting. You know what I mean? Whereas Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal was sort of like, you had to sort of like pick up bits and pieces from the story, from codex entries and stuff you would find in the world. Very Dark Soulsy. This one basically has like characters you will interact with. Whereas like in the earlier games, it was like you'd interact with an enemy like in-game. You know what I mean? Like they would like talk to you in-game. Like cutscenes weren't such a big, this is us pushing story. Cutscenes in like Doom Eternal, for example, as you're up in the space station, you see a big beam go off and you just like, you cock a shotgun and you go down and you fuck somebody up. Whereas this feels like a story is about to be told, and it is the story of this war that was hinted at in 2016, explored a little bit in Doom Eternal. Now we get to play through it. We get to experience what made the Doomslayer, which is so cool. What made him so scary to demons, humans, and other space marines alike? Like what made him this ethereal legend in this universe? And we're going to get the opportunity to play through that. That's fucking sick. Like that's so cool, and I cannot wait. It's got me so hyped. It's coming to Game Pass. During the show, but not shown at the show, they also announced, my friend, the Doom Dark Ages Collector's Edition. So excited, bro. We'll get into what comes in that in a second. I'm trying to get through everything so quickly. Okay, so here's my only problem with Doom the Dark Ages. I have one problem. Okay? It looks too good. Because they come out and they say, if you haven't touched a Doom game before, like Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, this is a great stepping on point. Takes place before everything, helps set the lay of the land. I disagree. I really disagree, because what you're doing is you're giving people what appears to be the pinnacle of Doom and saying, this is a great place for you to come in and then you can go play the games. If I went from Doom the Dark Ages, granted, I haven't played it, but if I went from what appears to be the best Doom we've ever gotten to Doom 2016, I'd be disappointed. Because you're going from big open maps, giant mech, dragon, melee combat, some of the most interesting weapons we've ever seen, to a corridor shooter that feels very closed off, very tight, you know what I mean? Very much a homage to the very original Doom from the 90s, you know? It's...
So is Doom 2016 a reboot, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay.
So
if you've never touched it, that would be where you would probably start.
It would be so polarizing to go from such like a big open, like I'm cool with them doing a prequel. I just don't think they should be like, play Doom the Dark Ages, then go play the other two. I would say play Doom 2016. If you are interested in the story, play Doom the Dark Ages, then go play Doom Eternal. That is how I would do it, because Doom Eternal's a little bit more open. It was very like you're entering an arena to go around the place and take people out. Doom 2016 was very much like you are in a very claustrophobic area. You're moving from hallway to hallway. Like it wasn't the number of demons. It was the claustrophobic feeling of not being able to maneuver around, which made them hard to fight. Doom the Dark Ages sort of feels like, all right, walk through this corridor. Congratulations. You're now in a big open area that you can go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do. You want to get on a dragon, go for it. You want to jump in that mech over there, have a great time, kid. Hey, maybe go swim in that pool over there and see if you can find some cool shit under the water. Oh, by the way, that gate over there you can open. I think it would just be super polarizing to go from Dark Ages to 16 to Eternal. So, and that's such a compliment, because it's like, guys, you've outdone yourselves. Like, that's just me. Like, you guys have done so well that I just don't send anybody to 2016. I would say, if you're interested in Doom the Dark Ages, play Doom 2016. It'll give you a really good idea of like Doomslayer, how it all works, and all that sort of stuff. And if you like it at all, like, I think it's a really good like tester. But also, we need to talk about the fact they've really gone crazy. There was some stuff in there that also they don't talk about, but was like, there's a part where they press start on the menu and show the upgrade trees. And if you look closely on the shield upgrade tree off to the right, it implies that you will be able to change the design of your shield, the color of your shield, maybe put your own images on the shield, which I thought was really, really cool. So they're going to have a level of customization that we've seen in Eternal, where you can literally change the Doomslayer's whole look and it would work in cutscenes. I think they're going to go even further with that this time, which could be really, really cool. They also talk about the fact that you can play this Doom how you want to. You can adjust movement speed, enemy projectile speed, enemy speed. Just like you can totally change up how the game feels. So if you want it to feel more like Doom 2016, you can. If you want it to feel more like Doom Eternal, you can make it faster. If you want it to feel how they want Dark Ages to feel, then it can. If you want to make little tweaks, totally possible. You can make the game easier for yourself, harder for yourself, or you can just sort of like tweak it a little bit just to make it a more enjoyable experience, which is really, really cool. And we're seeing developers do that a lot. So that's awesome. Just quickly, the collector's edition, because you know I'm a collector's edition guy. I can confirm that exactly 1 minute and 12 seconds after it was announced, I had the pre-order. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what comes in Doom: The Dark Ages Collector's Edition, which is an amazing price, by the way. It's $339.95. That, for a collector's edition, is great. Like, so good. Like, the Resident Evil ones were like $700, nearly $800.
Ooh, yeah, don't like that.
You know what I mean? This feels so right for what it is, because you also have. Sorry, let's go through what's in it. So we'll talk about the premium edition first. You have the premium edition, which comes with Doom: The Dark Ages, which is on a disc, full game. You get a head start on slaying demons. With the premium edition, you get up to 2 days early access. You get a digital art book soundtrack. You get the campaign's DLC. And you get the Divinity skin pack, which includes skins for the Dooms, a matching skin set for the Doomslayer, Dragon, and the Atlan. So, right there, you can customize the Dragon, you can customize the Doomslayer, you can customize your mech. 3 levels of customization. And also, I feel like that definitely reinforces the Dragon and the Atlan are not a gimmick. They are an important part of the game, and you know, you will be using them multiple times. If you pre-order, you will get the Void Doom Slayer skin, which is this really cool chromed out looking Slayer, which looks awesome. Now, with the collector's edition, you will get all the content from the premium edition, 2 days early access, campaign DLC, the matching skins, the art book, and the soundtrack. The physical stuff you will get a Doom: The Dark Ages full game on disc, which is something we just don't really see anymore when you see these collector packs. It's sad, but they're doing it. I'm very, very excited. Plus, I'm glad this isn't through limited run. I'm glad this is through everybody this time, which is also very exciting.
I just want to clarify, the Xbox version also comes with a disc. Which I think it could have easily not because of Game Pass, but it does.
It does. So good. You get a replica of a key card. So you get a steelbook, and inside that steelbook comes a replica of the key card. But I believe it also holds the disc. So you're also going to get the premium edition of the game, which comes with the coolest alternate art cover you've ever seen. It's so cool. So good. It's so cool. Now, here's the kicker. Here's, like, man, you thought you wanted 9 inches of Venom? Get out of here. I'm ready to sit on top of 12 inches of Doomslayer, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting a 12-inch Doomslayer statue, which is, like, so cool what they've done with it. So they've made it modular. Like, they've made it so you can have it how you want it to be. So you can detach the super shotgun, and equip the flail if you would rather him be more medieval. Like, if he's got the mace and he's got the shield. You can also detach the fur cape. So there's a fur, like an actual fur cape on him that is like that's cool. Faux fur, and you can detach that if you want and have him just be the Doomslayer armor, or you can have him be the medieval looking Doomslayer, which is just so sick. I mean, and for that price, it feels right. Like, because I'm pretty sure, look, like the premium edition, I think is like $170. So I feel like they've made up that extra couple, like couple hundred with.
Yeah, well, this doubles it in price. This is another 170.
So good.
Yeah, so for 170, you get the steelbook, the statue, and the key card. The statue looks good. I think that's the thing. It's sometimes it's hard. I feel like the context is lost, where it's like the occasional collector's edition comes along that has an absolute ass statue, and it's like that's worth $40. But this does look I mean, we'll have to wait for the 1-Up Collector's Edition unboxing and review, but does look on point.
The only,
see if that holds true.
honestly, the only thing, I think, keep the price the same. The only thing that would have made this like a 10 out of 10 collector's edition just for the concept before I even get my hands on it would be a physical art book. I would have loved a Dark Ages physical art book.
Yeah, the digital art book. Yeah, physical would have been nice.
I'm glad the digital one's there, and I'm sure the physical one probably would have added to the price. But I mean, like, we literally got the Indiana Jones collector's edition with a steelbook, with a globe, with a journal, and a proper art book. Like,
I mean, the art books that usually come with them, they're not big and massive. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
yeah,
They're cool, but they're not. Surely they're not adding that much. Surely. Yeah.
so cool.
It's just good to see collector's editions be a thing. Honestly, like, shouldn't be too picky, I guess.
So exciting. So exciting. But yeah, that was everything announced at the Developer Direct. And it was a great Developer Direct. And in my opinion, probably just because it was a me-ass show, the best one they've ever done. Like, everything there had me excited and wanting to play it. And I think that's the goal. And they achieved it. I am locked into all 5 of these games, because I'm definitely going back to play that bloody Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Baby. I'm hyped, I'm ready. Yeah, great Developer Direct. 10 out of 10. I had a great time.
I agree. 10 out of 10, best one yet. I do, wouldn't, like, in terms of, like, games that I'm looking forward to, like, the Forza Direct was pretty good. But I think this was the best show. Good pacing. Only thing that could have possibly made it better was if they just, like, stealth dropped Halo Wars 3 or something. But wait for next year.
Do you know what else I liked? And I'm not sure if this is the first time they've done it. Maybe they did it last year. But there was no Phil Spencer. There was no Sarah. But it was the developers. The whole way through.
I don't mind if, like, Phil Spencer shows up in the middle, or Sarah Bond,
No.
but announce something. I like, when they show up at E3 with not a lot to announce, they just sort of talk about the community or whatever for a couple of minutes. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's their show. They can say their piece. If they got announcements, even better. But this being the Developer Direct, I feel like if the only way them showing up would add to the show is if they had, like, an announcement, like, hey, we brought this studio, or we're releasing this console later, or, like some sort of big thing. But it's not really the place for it. I think they've nailed the Developer Direct, honestly.
Yeah, it was very good. I enjoyed it a
And
lot.
the music and stuff, like, the actual production of it is very high quality. Like, I don't know if it's
100%.
done in house or who does it, but, like, it's top tier. And, like, the Developer Direct music and stuff's great, but, like, when Compulsion Games is up, it's music from South of Midnight, which that soundtrack is
So good.
Is going to be so good.
So good. Also, the bloopers that they chuck in there really add to the wholesomeness of it all. I love that shit.
How fucking funny was it when old mate and Id mouthed, like...
Yeah! Oh my god!
What was it? Mouthed just the name of the game. Wasn't it?
Yeah. He mouthed through the Dark Ages. It wasn't his turn to talk. It was so funny. He's like, I just mouthed it.
The thing that made it funny was instantly just like, that was stupid.
Yeah, so good. It was so good. I loved it. Great show. Great bloody show. Well, mate, here's the thing. We've had a good time. Do we want to talk about the Assassin's Creed stuff now, or do we want to wait till next week?
It's up to you. Like, I haven't seen it, and I can't even promise I'll see it next week. So if you just want to go for it, feel free.
We can leave it a week, because I feel like there's a couple of things I want you to see to get, like, we got to get your opinion on some of this stuff, because some of it's very interesting. So we will talk Assassin's Creed Shadows previews next week. To be honest, I kind of feel like let's Developer Direct 10 out of 10. I feel like this podcast was a 10 out of 10 podcast. Let's wrap it up. You know what I mean? It was a great time.
All right, time to go. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Mate, Jack, thank you for joining me, mate.
Bye.
I love having you here, bud. It's great. Oh, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we're going to end it now. No, thank you so much for joining me, Jack. Everybody, thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date with everything we are doing, head over to oneupgames.com. You'll find articles that are linked to, like, everything that was announced today, plus a couple of extra things that you should definitely go check out. Nintendo Switch 2 coverage, lots of Xbox coverage. Just go and check it out. We're working really hard. Really, really hard.
You've been killing it.
I'm tired. We're working hard.
Today.
8 articles, people. Go read one of them. No, thank you so much, guys. We do appreciate it. If you're watching on a podcast service, please subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video. That helps a lot. And subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything we're doing here. We're going to have reviews, unboxings, and all that fun stuff dropping very soon. We had a preview drop yesterday for a game called AI Limit, which I've been really excited to jump into, and I jumped into it, and I'm not good at it, and it was very painful, but I really like the game. That is going to do it for us, guys. Thank you again for listening. Until next time, may all of your games be good ones, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.